Glenelg Beach, Australia. January 26, 1966. A warm summer day. The air buzzed with the sounds of laughter and seagulls. Families relaxed on the golden sand. Children splashed in the cool waves. Among them were three young siblings, Jane, Arnna, and Grant Beaumont. 9-year-old Jane was the responsible one. 7-year-old Arnna, the playful one, and 4-year-old Grant, the energetic one. They were inseparable. Their parents, Nancy and Jim, watched them play. They felt a sense of peace, a sense of normalcy. Little did they know, this normalcy was about to shatter. Around midday, the children asked for permission to walk to a nearby shop. They wanted to buy some treats with a £1 note their mother had given them. The shop was just a short distance away, a 5-minute walk at most. Their parents, accustomed to their children's independence, agreed. This decision would haunt them forever. Minutes turned into an hour. The children did not return. Anxiety began to gnaw at their parents' hearts. Where were they? Why were they late? Had something happened? Nancy and Jim started searching the crowded beach. They called out their children's names, but there was no response. Fear turned into panic. The beach, once a place of joy, now felt ominous. Every passing moment amplified their dread. They contacted the authorities. The police arrived, their faces grim. A search party was organized. Volunteers joined the frantic search. Hours turned into a night of agonizing uncertainty. The beach, now eerily empty, held no answers. The children had vanished. Their disappearance was as baffling as it was sudden. It was as if they had been swallowed whole by the very sand they had played on just hours earlier. The disappearance of the Beaumont children sent shockwaves through Australia. The nation held its breath, united in hope and fear. The police launched a full-scale investigation. Every lead was pursued, every witness interviewed, every inch of the beach scoured. The children's disappearance dominated headlines. Their faces stared out from missing posters plastered across the country. The image of the three innocent children became seared into the nation's consciousness. The mystery deepened with every passing day. Where were they? Who could have taken them? And why? The investigation uncovered a few tantalizing clues. Several witnesses reported seeing the children with a tall, blonde man. He was described as being in his mid-30s, with a thin build and a tanned complexion. He was seen playing with the children in the water shortly before their disappearance. This man became the prime suspect, but his identity remained a mystery. The witnesses' descriptions of the man were consistent. He was well-spoken and had a distinctive appearance. He seemed to be comfortable around children, and he had a peculiar habit of paying for things with £1 notes, the same denomination the Beaumont children had been carrying. The police released a sketch of the man based on the witnesses' descriptions. They hoped someone would recognize him, but despite their best efforts, the man's identity remained elusive. He seemed to have vanished into thin air, taking the Beaumont children with him. The £1 note detail added another layer of intrigue to the case. At the time, £1 notes were not commonly used. This suggested that the man might be from out of town, or even from overseas. Could this be a case of international abduction? The possibilities seemed endless, and with each passing day, the hope of finding the children alive dwindled. As months turned into years, the investigation into the Beaumont children's disappearance continued, but the trail had gone cold. The case became one of Australia's most enduring mysteries. Theories abounded, whispers turned into rumors, and the lack of answers fueled speculation. Some speculated that the children had been abducted by a child trafficking ring. Others believed they had been taken by a religious cult. There were even theories involving secret government experiments and extraterrestrial abductions. Every now and then, a new lead would emerge, a possible sighting, a cryptic message, a deathbed confession. But each time, hope would be rekindled, only to be dashed against the rocks of reality. The case remained unsolved, the mystery endured, and the Beaumont children remained missing. Over the years, several suspects emerged in connection with the Beaumont children's disappearance. Some were ruled out due to lack of evidence. Others remained persons of interest, their shadows forever linked to the case. One such person was Bevan Spencer von Einem, a convicted child killer. He bore a striking resemblance to the sketch of the man seen with the children, and his modus operandi shared chilling similarities with the Beaumont case. Despite the circumstantial evidence, no direct link could be established between von Einem and the Beaumont children. He denied any involvement in their disappearance, and the police were never able to gather enough evidence to charge him. But the shadow of suspicion continued to hang over him. The disappearance of the Beaumont children had a profound impact on Australian society. It shattered the nation's innocence. It exposed the dark underbelly of human nature. And it changed the way parents raised their children. Before the Beaumont case, children in Australia enjoyed a great deal of freedom. They roamed their neighborhoods unsupervised. They played in parks and beaches without a care in the world. But after the disappearance, fear took hold. Parents became more protective. Children were no longer allowed to wander far from home alone. Stranger danger became a common refrain. The carefree days of childhood seemed to vanish overnight. The Beaumont case had cast a long shadow over the nation. Despite the passage of time, the Beaumont children have not been forgotten. Their story continues to be told and retold. Their disappearance serves as a chilling reminder of the vulnerability of children, and their case remains a haunting reminder of the importance of child safety. The Beaumont children's legacy lives on in the countless changes that were made to child protection laws and practices in Australia and beyond. Their disappearance prompted a national conversation about child safety, and it led to the implementation of numerous initiatives aimed at preventing similar tragedies from occurring. The Beaumont children's case also highlighted the importance of community vigilance. It showed that even in the safest of communities, danger can lurk around any corner, and it emphasized the need for everyone to play a role in keeping children safe. Despite the many years that have passed, Nancy and Jim Beaumont never gave up hope of finding their children. They clung to the belief that one day they would be reunited with their beloved Jane, Arnna, and Grant. Their unwavering hope became a source of inspiration for many. It demonstrated the boundless love of a parent, and it showed that even in the darkest of times, hope can endure. Sadly, both Nancy and Jim Beaumont passed away without ever knowing what happened to their children. Their deaths marked the end of an era, but their legacy of love and hope continues to inspire. Despite the many challenges, the investigation into the Beaumont children's disappearance continues. The South Australian police have never closed the case, and they remain committed to finding answers. Over the years, there have been numerous developments in forensic technology, DNA testing, facial recognition software, isotope analysis. These advancements have breathed new life into cold cases around the world, and they offer a glimmer of hope that one day, the Beaumont children's case may finally be solved. In recent years, the police have conducted several searches based on new leads and advancements in ground-penetrating radar technology. While these searches have not yet yielded any conclusive evidence, they demonstrate the ongoing commitment to finding answers. The disappearance of the Beaumont children remains one of Australia's most enduring mysteries. It is a case that has captivated and confounded people for generations, and it is a story that continues to be told and retold, ensuring that Jane, Arnna, and Grant will never be forgotten. Their case serves as a reminder that even in a world that is increasingly connected and technologically advanced, some mysteries endure. It is a reminder that there are some questions that may never be answered. And it is a reminder that the search for truth and justice is often long and arduous. But even in the face of such enduring mystery, hope remains. Hope that one day the truth will be revealed. Hope that justice will be served. And hope that the Beaumont children will finally be reunited with their loved ones.